6:53 time for the morning sprint. We're checking in on that crash in Columbia County. Southbound lanes of I-39 are blocked near Portage. You can see in there a shot here from the DOT cam. The wind really whipping that camera around. That wind off from the north is shaking things up. We believe it's a semi that is tipped over here on the interstate. Again, southbound lanes are closed near Portage. We'll have an update here on that crash in just a minute.
Another crash in the same area this weekend. One person is dead after a car crashed into a semi. This happened Saturday around 6 p.m. outside Portage. The car rear-ended a parked semi on the side of I-90. The driver of the car died at the scene. The semi driver wasn't injured.
Tonight, the Beloit City Council will vote on a resolution that could change where people vote. The new locations are meant to keep students safe during the election. Currently, 4 elementary schools are open to public on Election Day, and having people voting inside. This has led to some safety concerns. If the vote passes, folks in Beloit would instead vote at churches and libraries. President
Biden is okay after a car crashed into his motorcade last night. The president was responding to a reporter's question outside his campaign headquarters. Someone, drove into an SUV that was guarding his vehicle. You can see Secret Service here ushers him into his own vehicle. The First Lady also inside. Neither were hurt.
Former President Trump under fire this morning from Democrats and Republicans. It's over his comments about immigrants during a rally in New Hampshire over the weekend. He said that they were, quote, poisoning the blood of our country. Strong condemnations from the White House as well as Republicans, including former New Jersey Governor and Republican presidential candidate Chris Christie.
A live look at the nation's capital, where time is running out for Democrats and Republicans in Congress to find a border deal. President Biden says he needs them to come to a consensus so he can get military aid to Ukraine as they continue their fight. Republicans say they won't budge on Ukraine support unless changes are made to the immigration process.
Meanwhile, the U.S. is trying to tighten security at the border before that deal starts. U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced over the weekend it'll temporarily suspend operations at the International Railway crossing in Eagle Pass and El Paso, Texas. The agency says the temporary closing will let Border Patrol agents focus more on processing migrants who have already entered the country.
5 minutes away from 7 o'clock, we do have some snow showers continuing across the area. Most of this is just some flurry activity, but we do have a coating of snow, so allow some extra time on the commute into work or school this morning. Temperatures are below freezing. They will remain below freezing for the rest of today. In the upper 20s, and breezy northwest wind up there at 15 to 25, maybe gusts to 35 miles per hour. But we do warm up for the rest of the week in the 40s. Chance of some rain by the end of the week and the weekend. All right, right now the roads look pretty good in Madison, but we are continuing to monitor this accident. This is up on I-39 southbound. Lanes are closed just northwest of Portage.
We'll keep an eye on that crash for you. Stay tuned for another update coming up in half an hour.